Hey everyone, welcome back to Oblivion Max Difficulty, and last time we got off the grueling tutorial and now we can start exploring the world, but I think that the first thing that we want to do is take care of a few things for our character. In particular, I would like to head off to the market district in the Imperial City and manage a few things. There's some resources to be found here. Also sell the stuff that we got at the tutorial area, and then we need to start planning our level ups because that's a pretty delicate matter in the world of Oblivion. So the first thing is all of these crates in the market district in front of the shops, it's free. You can take the stuff that is here. So in particular, there are repair hammers here. Well, I mean, the number is variable because, of course, the stuff that is here is random, but should be able to find at least a couple. Oh, Mandrake Root. I didn't know you could find that. So, Mandrake Root really good because, as you can see, first effect cure disease. So, this is just for vanity purposes, but might as well pick up some clothes so that you don't have to wear the prison outfit. As I said before, not really interested in wearing armor right now. We will be leveling heavy armor later on, but it's not really useful right now. So yeah, see, another repair hammer. And going to change to some... Yeah, you know, this doesn't look too bad. This is just, like I said, just so we don't have to wear prison clothes. I played ahead for a little bit just to try and figure out more or less what I should do, because Skyrim, I kind of know that game back and forth to death at this point. Not really the case with Oblivion. I played Oblivion a lot, but it was kind of with a different mentality, and it was a few years ago. Alright, so we made out with 9 repair hammers. Well, I think 7. We had 2 from before, so that's good. We got a couple of Mandrake Roots still, and we got quite a bit of food. There is plenty of food to be looted in all of these containers. And the thing with food is that it's a great way of leveling alchemy, because most of these corn, flour, the cheese, the carrots, etc., the wheat, there was 25 wheat actually. All of these have the restore fatigue effect as a first effect, or at least most of them, which means that you can just make a buttload of restore fatigue potions with all of these, and that's going to level your alchemy. Unlike Skyrim, doesn't matter the value of the potion or anything like that, just you make a potion, you get a fixed amount of XP, that's it. And also, these sacks here, once you empty them, it's funny thing about Oblivion is that apparently specifically this type of sacks, they are safe containers, so we can actually just throw anything we want here and function almost as a player home. I guess the next thing would be to sell some stuff. Need to sell our loot from the dungeons, so I usually just go to this shop here. There's also a quest with this guy, but he's an apprentice merchant, which means better prices. So I'm gonna
What kind of deal can I make?
Just gonna go ahead and
Alright.
do the speechcraft game. I don't mind leveling speechcraft here because I mean, that only affects your personality, and I'm not going to put points in personality anyway. So just need like a second to...
That's enough. No, you do me too much honor.
Okay, that wasn't really perfect speechcraft, but at least we finished. Like 54 should be good enough. So
have a look around. You
just haggle this to, I don't know, something like that maybe, and then sell the stuff. Can check for a club first, for example, and then you can, you know, increase it a little bit and see if you can still get away with it. You can have the dagger. And yeah, once he refuses, his disposition will lower.
You're trying to drive me out?
So you don't want to risk it too much. Ah yeah, regarding shields, we do want to keep a shield to level block eventually, and also because the block is pretty important skill right now. So we're going to keep the iron one because it will actually level heavy armor a bit as well. So let's get rid of the light shields.
That's a fair deal.
Okay, I'll just finish selling everything here. Okay, so everything is sold. So there's one more thing that I want to do before we continue, and okay, navigating the menus here. I'm not as used to it as before. If you step to the Elven Gardens district, and I think there's a couple of other places where you can find it, but you have to go to here on the side areas, wherever there is water. I need a moment to find it, but I'm looking for the sacred lotus seeds. They grow in the water, and I know there's a few of them in this district here. So I just need a second. Yeah, here. So the thing about these ones is that when we level alchemy later on, they are one of the easiest sources for the damage health effect, so I'm gonna be able to make some poisons from this. So I just want to pick all the flowers here. Let's see if there's... Let's see if I missed anything. And I think there is more on this side. Yeah, you're not going to... Okay, looking at the ingredient here, you're not going to be able to make damage health poisons with this immediately. You need to unlock the second effect, so that's at alchemy 25. But we're going to get that eventually. Right. So, Mage's Guild. Weird thing about Oblivion is that you can actually fast travel to any city whenever you want. But, even from the start of the game. But, I don't know if I really want to do that. I wouldn't want to save myself from the adventure, I suppose. I'm going to take the scenic route, if it's at all possible. Actually, I guess one more thing that I should do is buy some arrows.
Hello.
Thing that I noticed about this guy at the copious coin purse, which I actually forgot to do this stuff with the arrows first. So we made out with a pretty decent amount of cash, and we can buy arrows from him. And if we buy all of these, he's actually going to spawn 20 more immediately. So in principle, if you needed infinite iron arrows, you can get it from him. So yeah, that's cool. I guess let's get a few more to exemplify.
Thank you.
And yeah,
come again.
When you exhaust his arrows, he's going to have 20 more. So I don't know if the other merchants have that. Like I'm not like going to be super well informed about some mechanics of the game, I guess. We have more than 200 arrows.
Come again.
But yeah, considering that we do very little damage, it's probably worth it to have that many. Yeah. Let's I'm gonna fast travel. Actually, I'm going to wait until it's daytime, but we're going to wait here because if you wait in the wilderness, you get attacked by a conjurer. So it's a feature from a DLC. I think it's the Spell Tomes DLC. Basically, a conjurer that has one of those spell tomes will attack you if you wait or sleep outside. So I'm gonna try to avoid doing that for now, because although technically we can take that guy, it would use way too many resources. Trying to remember, was there a way of oh, shift? Yeah, you press shift plus click to set a marker, because I'd like to make my way to the road a bit faster, a bit safer as well. On the way, I think that's probably a good idea to level up our marksman. Now we got marksman already to 15, but I want to get it to 25. And I'm not really too worried about wasting agility level ups with it right now, because we're going to be able to fortify agility with restoration, so the priority right now is to go for restoration and make sure that our endurance skills also level. So we can start leveling marksman a little bit by fighting the mud crabs. And that's why I wanted that many arrows, because it's going to take a while to kill even a basic mud crab at max difficulty. But because these guys are slow and they can't really catch up to you, it's not dangerous, it's just a bit grindy. Yeah, just again remember that the more fatigue you use, the lower your fatigue bar is, the less damage you're going to do, which is fine for leveling. You're not really going to lose, because you gain the same XP regardless of whether you do 1 damage or 100 damage with an arrow, so it's actually better to grind your marksman when you have very little damage. So yeah, I will throw away a bunch of arrows at the mud crab to level up my skill. It's just, this is the game. And my skill increased. We can at least get some of the arrows back, but not all of them. And marksman up to 17. Okay. At 25, your damage becomes a lot more efficient, because you stop losing fatigue when you have your bow drawn, so you can stay at max fatigue for most of a bow battle, and that helps a lot. And yeah, that's basically what I want the most right now. Actually, if there's a wolf coming at me, dodging wolves is pretty easy. You let them come to you, and then when they do the attack animation, you just back up. But yeah, don't play around too much, because even these little guys, they do a lot of damage. See? Staggered me even. Yeah, don't play around too much, but you can use these guys to level up your blade. And this is going to be useful later, so... And I'm okay with leveling blade as much as possible, because I made it a minor skill, so I'm not going to level up the character off of this. Just increase my damage. Yeah, this is how long it takes. But yeah, it's just you have to manage your fatigue for the damage not to be this bad. Hey, there you go. Blade to 25. You now have a standing power attack that does extra damage. That's fine. Okay, there we go. God, that takes freaking forever. Well, let's heal up. I just wanted to make it to the road. Yeah, Nernwood. Might as well take it. I'm gonna head off. I mean, I could fast travel to Trading Hall, but I'd rather just walk normally, because we can level up some stuff along the way. Not gonna take too many chances in going to the forts quite yet, because I could run into something that is too complicated. Ah yeah, and we can also level our armorer. It's the skills that we're okay with leveling right now are the endurance skills. These two here. And heavy armor, but heavy armor we're probably going to have to buy training. So let me repair my stuff. Didn't level up the armor from that, but we're going to get that next time. Gotta say, game from 2006, okay with a couple of mods, but nothing that crazy. Not doing too bad. Yeah, I would also like to take a look at... Yeah, okay, there's a bandit there. We can try to sneak past. We could probably fight him, but... don't want to take too many chances right now. Yeah, I mean, we could fight him by just using all of our arrows. Actually, let's try it. But you have to be a bit careful, because if the bandit is faster... Oh, the conjurer is here. Yeah, this is not what I wanted. I think that we can deal with this, though. Let me see. I think that I'm going to go for the steel weapon here. I think we need an adrenaline rush to do this. Alright, give it a shot. I can take a hit from the conjurer himself, but I don't want to risk it with the scamp. The scamp is actually way more powerful than he is. Alright. Hit me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the problem is that he will heal up, but I'm getting a pretty good circle strafe here. So I think if I keep pressing him... Oh! Okay, never mind. I can even wait, so I can regain my stats. Saved! Completely saved by an Imperial Guard. I mean, I could probably still have got this to work, but at least the guard saves me having to use a whole lot of potions and a lot of trouble. By the way, what's the situation with our sword? Might as well repair it. Well, okay. Maybe we'll wait until we damage some more items before we repair it. I was thinking about going back to the bandit that was here, but I think the conjurer killed him. Yeah. Which is fine for us. Take your lockpick, I suppose. I don't want to use a lot of my carry space with armor that isn't going to be worth much. Yeah, just gonna continue following this road to the east. I'm gonna stay on the lookout for a few ingredients that are on the side of the road. Yeah, I don't remember what all of these do. Well, there would be no way that I'd be able to remember. Have to be real for a second. There's a standing stone here. There's a fish. There's a fish out of water. Well, there's also a mud crab. So I'm going to just kill this mud crab, no matter how many arrows it takes. Probably gonna have to edit this part. Alright, done. How much did I get off my marksman? 19. We're pretty much getting 2 levels per crab, so that's pretty good. Let's grab some of the flowers. When it comes to alchemy, we have containers in the Imperial City that we can use to put these ingredients later on. But yeah, when it comes to alchemy, I'd say just grab everything and figure out what potions you can make later. Yeah, I also wanted to check the standing stone. Let's do that for real quick. Did I catch these ones? Yeah, I did. The Steed Stone. No stars shine upon the moon. Oh, you need to wait until nighttime. Okay. But yeah, the standing stones are cool in this game because you just get additional greater powers. Oh, there's a wolf. I think I want to go for marksman again. It's just that it's going to take a long time with a wolf, but as long as I get many arrows, that's fine. By the way, the status of my bow, 69. Well, it's fine for now. You have to remember that if your weapon breaks in battle, you can't repair it until you've dealt with the enemy, so... If the bow breaks when we're fighting the wolf, we're gonna have to switch to melee and level some blade instead. But yeah, as long as you back up at the right time, this guy is never going to hit you, which is great. But yeah, this is also part of the reason that you level speed early on, because it makes this maneuvering a bit easier. That's also why I'm not wearing armor, because it just makes you so slow. Yeah, and again, probably skip ahead until we kill him. Well, that took freaking forever. Marksman 21. Like I said, target level is 25 for now. He has 34 arrows on him, and that's not even all of the arrows we used. Okay, better to repair the weapon before we forget about it. Yeah, might as well repair everything. Level our skill a bit. Go back to the road. Wait, I should wait an hour. At this rate, it's going to be nighttime in-game before we get to Trading Hall, but hey, it's fine. And we know that there's a guard nearby in case something else attacks us and we're a bit more desperate. When we get Marksman to 25, then because you're not going to be using Fatigue to shoot the bow anymore, you'll notice that it becomes a lot more consistent for damage, or at least you'll save a lot more arrows. Those bandits look dangerous, and indeed they are. Okay, a marksman bandit. Dodging archers. You wait until they shoot and then you move. Arrows are pretty slow in this game. But yeah, I forgot. I don't know if I want to necessarily spend all my arrows fighting this guy. But I'm thinking that we can back him up into the guard. Yeah, the guard is gonna take point here for sure.
Jump on my sword while you can.
Well, and you know what?
Now you will know pain.
Yeah, guards are so OP. Alright, thanks for helping me out, sir. Yeah, they're dead, you killed them. Okay, arrows and an actual iron bow that isn't rusty like mine, so let's trade it off. Right, sweet. Actually, let's just heal up normally. I don't want it to get too dark for the video. I also, I have a very lightweight weather mod for this game, just for a little bit more ambience. But I think it makes the nights pretty dark, so it gets a bit annoying to play in those conditions. Or, well, maybe not to play necessarily, but it's probably going to come off a little bit off in the video, or make it a little bit hard to see. Just gonna grab all the ingredients that I see. Alright, trading home. First stop, the Mages Guild.
Hello there.
Good day, sir. It's a nice city, by the way. Feels like some kind of medieval German architecture, perhaps. I don't know. I might be talking out of my ass, but... Oh, it's the dude. Oh, you're singing, you're serenading her? Nice. Or is it here? Ah, there it is. Okay.
Hi. Did you want something? You're not here to join the Mages Guild, are you?
Well, I am, actually.
Are you sure you're up to it? You seem a little slow.
Wow, this guy's rude.
I expect this will end in disaster, but nonetheless, I will grant your request. Very well. You are now an associate of the Mages Guild. To advance in the guild, you'll need recommendations from each local guild hall in Cyrodiil, a feat which I'm sure will elude you completely. If you manage to actually receive the recommendations, you'll be eligible for entrance to the Arcane University. I shall be quite surprised as well. Now, unless you wish to attempt to impress me with your no doubt staggering intellect, I have actual work to attend to.
Well, this guy is rude as hell. It's almost like he's going to turn on us later on, eh? Yeah, recommendation, how about it?
Don't waste my time if you're not ready for this.
Yes.
Very well. We shall see how prepared you actually are. There was a particular ring of burden I was testing some time ago. Another stupid associate somehow got his hands on it and managed to misplace it. If I didn't know better, I'd say he purposely tossed it down the well behind the guild hall. Why he would do such a thing is beyond me. You will retrieve this ring for me. Should you manage to do so, I shall consider sending a recommendation to the university. The well is locked, so you'll need the key. Dietzen should have a copy of it. Now get moving.
Okay, so there's a little bit
won't
of
you?
a trickery with that, but before we go ahead with that, all of this stuff is now free to take, which means that I would like to grab all of this alchemy novice stuff. This just will increase the power of your potions, so that's useful. And I guess since we have to, yeah, that's another thing that you can do to make some early game money, is just take everything that is valuable, that is just free to take, and sell it.
Don't you have somewhere else?
Vanish Zone as well. Ooh, Restore Health. Restore Health is actually surprisingly rare in the early game, so until you alchemy goes to 50. So, well, even these potions are free. So yeah, we might as well sell this stuff later on. A silver dagger?
There are some quality books at
Dietzen,
Maknaz.
what do you have
Just
to say?
don't catch up in a bad mood.
I'm Dietzen, magician, Mages Guild, that is.
Yeah, recommendation?
Don't tell me Felkar's given you the same task he gave Vidkun. Oh, dear, I'd say more, but, well, Falkar is the ranking member here, and I don't feel comfortable talking about him. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'll tell
fair
you what.
enough.
Find me when Falkar's not around, and then we'll talk. After we've spoken, you can have the key. Believe me, this is important.
Okay, we have to wait until Falkar is not around, that's fine. Oh, I thought that she sold stuff.
There's
But,
much I can show
she
you.
trains you in alteration. Okay, let's keep that in mind for the next time.
Be careful, associate.
Oh, hey, a fellow Redguard, how about it?
I'm Trayvon, the Red Guard, Mages Guild Evoker. Surprised? Yes, you don't see many Red Guards in the Mages
Well, you
Guild.
just got another one.
We don't much like spellcasters in Hammerfell. Wizards steal souls and tamper with minds. If you use magic, you're weak or wicked. My family didn't approve of my vocation, so I had to come to Cyrodiil for my education. I admit,
Accidental
I
rhyme.
still have strong prejudices against necromancy, summoning, and illusion. Profaning the remains or souls of the dead is just wrong, and I'm uneasy about
I
tampering
mean,
with
pretty
others'
much
minds
everyone
and
hates
trafficking with
necromancy in
Daedra.
this game, don't worry about it. See, we don't have much magic, we're going to have to buff our... We're going to have to buff our stuff, our intelligence, before we can actually use this stuff. Oh, hold on, why are there steel weapons in the Mages Guild here? But I think that I actually want to take the steel claymore. And the steel longsword. I mean, I can't take everything. Let's leave the battle axe behind, I guess. We're probably gonna have to... I'd like to sell some of these things, so we're probably gonna have to go back to the Imperial City and just store some stuff. Because we can't have a lot of stuff in our inventory for what follows next. Like, I'm actually going to empty my stuff. So, yeah, see you there. Okay, so I dealt with emptying my inventory a little bit by just throwing most things, almost everything, into the sacks in the Imperial City that I showed before. And now,
What is it, associate?
let's continue the quest. We need to find our friends, the alchemists. Yeah, so you have to wait until Falkar leaves the room and goes... He has a basement room that you're probably aware of. So then
We can
she'll
talk,
finally
so long as
talk to
Falkar
us.
is out of earshot. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he's trying to get you killed. He gave poor Vidkun the same task, and we never saw him again. I'm reasonably sure there's a connection, but I can't prove it. Do be careful. I'd hate to lose another useful associate. Here's the key, and something extra. I don't know if it will be of use to you, but from what I've heard of Falkar's ring, it may come in handy.
Well, it's a ring of burden. That's
And
why
if
I
you
was
find out
emptying my
anything
inventory.
about what happened to Vidkun, let me know, will you?
Okay, no problem. And she actually gave us a water breathing with a little bit of feather,
Be careful.
but we can't cast it because need alteration 25. But I think we can probably do this even without magic. Let's see how... Let's see. Because, yeah, okay. If we need something else to do this, we'll figure it out. But, yeah, this is Vidkun. He is dead. He carries the Ring of Burden that weighs 150. 150 is just about enough that we can still carry it. So that's fine. Might as well grab the nerd root. And get out of here. So yeah, as long as you have... just remember that you need 150 free carry space to take that. And now we should be able to do the rest of the... I went into the wrong building. My bad.
Oh, you're still alive. I'm afraid some things have happened while you've been gone.
And then when you try to
It may
return
affect
the
your
ring,
recommendation.
things have gone a bit awry. What happened?
I'll admit, it's my doing. I couldn't leave well enough alone, and after you'd left to go after that ring, well... I'm just so tired of the way we've all been treated by Falkar. I was worried about you and angry about Vidkun, so I confronted Volkar directly. He was furious when I told him I'd helped you, and then when I threatened to report him to the Council of Mages, I thought he was going to kill me. He flew into a rage. I didn't even understand some of his ranting, but he said that our days are
So
numbered,
yeah,
and then
you
he
can
stormed
figure
out.
that things are about to go bad, right?
I don't know if he ever wrote your recommendation. I'm sorry. You should check his room in the living quarters. If you see...
Yeah, just have to go to his
He's
room
seeing you.
and figure out. So yeah, he has a room in the basement. So just where do you go? Ah yeah, down here. Anything that is valuable, I suppose. Ah, yeah, this is what we're looking for. Turns out that he's been hiding some black soul gems. That's sus, right? So we have to go check with, ah yeah, I guess we have free beds in the Mages Guild as well. It's just that, not in the Imperial City, until we are able to join the Arcane University officially. But we'll take care of that soon. Might as well take anything else that might be useful from these barrels. Ah, repair hammer, see? Okay. Continuing the quest.
Greetings, Guildmaid.
Deed son, where are you, girl?
What's this? Black soul gems? Oh dear,
Oh,
this is
no.
worse than I'd expected. Alright, I'll just take these from you. I'll need them for my report to the council. Now, you didn't find any sort of recommendation? In light of the circumstances...
And she will get the recommendation for Chaining Hole now. And, yeah, she doesn't say anything else
Farewell.
about the Ring of Burden, but you can just throw it anywhere. Really not a big deal. Just get rid of it. It's not worth anything. See? Value 0. And then we can move on to the next recommendation. Although... I think that I might need to
Hey,
sell
if
some
I paid
items.
you 20 gold to spend a night in the abandoned house, would you do it?
No.
There are some quality books at Machnar.
Oblivion dialogue, am I right?
She knows a lot, of course.
I was
She's not
wondering
the
if,
easiest.
yeah, what they have to say about the abandoned house, because all of you guys know that's Dark Brotherhood, right? Okay, going to take care of inventory and then join you to go to the next city.